Yo, what's going on guys? In this video we're going to talk about two Sony beginner cameras and which one you should pick in 2020. Hey guys, my name is Akash Shima. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, I do car reviews and this is the first tech review that I'm doing. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too. I'm a filmmaker from Toronto and I film weddings and corporate events for a living. Being a filmmaker has helped me getting my hands on quite a lot of cameras, but today we're going to talk about these two cameras. On my left is a Sony a6000, which is a 6-year-old camera, and on my right is a Sony a6400, which just came last year, so it's about a year old. They both are quite capable cameras, and I hope this video will help you make your decision a little bit better. So guys, let's talk about the similarities first. They both come equipped with a 24.3 megapixel APS-C side sensor. The sensor is same, but the a6400 sensor has been upgraded with some copper elements. So Sony claims that it's better in low light. Their shutter speed range is similar to 1/4000th of a second, and they both have a continuous shooting speed of 11 frames per second, which is plenty fast, while the a6400 offers silent shooting. And for the next reason, I recommend people getting a mirrorless camera over the DSLR. Even though the DSLRs are quite cheap these days, is the EVF, which is the electronic viewfinder. It helps you instantly check your images while you're shooting, and it's a big feature to have. Both of these cameras are well equipped with EVF, while the a6400's EVF is almost double the pixel density, which helps you check your images in a lot more clarity. Now let's delve into the differences. First off, the design and build quality. Right off the bat, the a6400 feels a lot nicer in hand than the a6000, but it's not a huge difference. Also, the a6400 is made of magnesium alloy, while the a6000 is made of composite material, which is basically plastic. Also, the a6400 has weather sealing, so if you like to shoot a lot in rainy or dusty conditions, this is gonna come a lot handy. Otherwise, if you use the a6000 in rainy or dusty conditions, you might lose your camera and your wallet. Now the biggest difference is this a6400 has a sensor right off the much more expensive Sony's flagship A9 camera. Talking about some video specs, the a6400 can shoot 4K video up to 30 frames per second and 1080p video up to 120 frames per second, while the a6000 can only shoot 1080p video up to 60 frames per second, which is still not terrible in 2020. For example, I mainly shoot all of my events in 1080p unless the client requests for 4K video, because 4K usually take massive file sizes and it takes a lot more processing time. In the a6400, Sony has given us picture profiles, which helps us getting more dynamic range and also more room in editing while post-processing. On the Sony a6400, Sony has lifted the 30-minute recording limit, so you can actually record unlimited recording on this camera, while the a6000 has a recording limit, but you can take that off by installing an app. It's called the Open Memories app. I'm gonna link that in the description below. So you guys check that out and put that app in the camera and it will help you taking the limit off. So basically it's not a huge deal. Coming to the screens, on the a6400, Sony has finally given us a flip up screen, while the a6000 comes with a 180-degree tilting screen, which is still not bad as you can record some low angle shots. While the a6400 screen is actually a dream for some vloggers, not having a flip screen for some vloggers is a deal breaker because it really helps in framing the shot while shooting. But I don't vlog quite often and I tend to stay behind the camera most of the time. so it doesn't really matter to me. Also on the a6400, Sony has given us touchscreen functionality which only works with autofocusing, so you can just tap and focus and that's it. The autofocusing system of the a6400 has also been improved to 425 phase and 425 contrast detection points, but by no means the a6000 has a bad autofocusing system. Its autofocus has been dominating the camera market for quite a long time now. On top of the more autofocusing points, Sony has put real-time subject tracking on the a6400 direct from the a7R4, which is a definite game changer. So with all those improved features, Sony has also introduced a new color science into the a6400. You guys can actually see in the coming clips, I'm actually gonna play Sony a6000 on one side and Sony a6400 or on the other. You guys can check the difference for yourself and let me know which colors you like better. So even though the a6400 comes with a lot more bells and whistles, just keep in mind it's twice more expensive. It comes at 1,525 Canadian dollars with the kit lens, including taxes, and the a6000 comes at 791 Canadian dollars with the kit lens, including taxes. In my personal opinion, if you're a beginner photographer or a filmmaker and you want to up your game from a smartphone to an actual camera, I still think the a6000 comes with a lot more value than the a6400. And also the a6000 has been out for 6 years now, and there are so many cameras available on the used market, and you can actually pick one up for like $400 with the kit lens, which is actually a steal. So guys, if you liked the video, please hit the like button. Let me know in the comments below which camera you liked more. For more content like this, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm out for now, and I'll see you guys soon.